Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Okay, let me ask you a quick question. Have you ever just stared at your phone, looked at your bank account at the end of the month, and literally seen a giant glaring $0 balance? And then you just kind of think to yourself, wait, where did all my money actually go? Trust me, I have absolutely been there. As an older student, I know exactly what it feels like to see your hard-earned cash just vanish. But today, I'm going to share the secret to making sure that never happens to you again. We are taking total control.
You know, when people hear the word budget, they immediately think of restrictions, like it's some sort of financial cage that's just stopping you from having fun. But I really want you to completely flip that mindset right now. A budget is absolutely not a restriction. It's actually a GPS for your finances. Think about it. Just like a GPS on your phone tells you exactly how to get to your destination without taking a wrong turn and getting completely lost, a budget is simply a tool that guides your money so you can actually reach your goals.
Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to Budgeting 101. By the end of our time together today, you are going to be an absolute master at navigating your own cash. We're going to build your personal financial GPS right from the ground up, making sure you know exactly how to manage what you earn and what you spend. Because let's be real, we want you to actually afford the things you really want instead of just living off instant ramen for the rest of the semester. So here's our route for today's explainer. First, we'll cover your financial GPS. Then, speaking the money language, moving into needs, wants, and waiting, followed by a real-world look with Taylor's scenario. After that, we've got the laptop challenge, and finally, we'll wrap up with your personal plan.
All right, moving right along to Section 1, your financial GPS. Let's start navigating your money.
To build a truly reliable financial GPS, you essentially need it to do 4 key things. First up, it has to help you know exactly how much money you earn. Second, it tracks exactly where all that money goes. Third, it helps you avoid overspending. And fourth, which is honestly the most important, it helps you save for your future goals. Just like a navigation app needs to know your starting point and your destination, these 4 pillars perfectly map out the route to getting that car, that new phone, or honestly, whatever big goal you have your eye on. Okay, let's hit into Section 2, speaking the money language. Gotta know the basics, right? And this brilliantly illustrates the foundation of everything we're about to do. Because, well, before we can build the map, we really need to know the vocabulary. The first word is income. Very simply put, income is the money you receive. It's literally every single dollar coming into your pocket. Maybe you have a part-time job pulling shifts at a local coffee shop. Or maybe you get a monthly allowance from your parents. Or you're earning cash by babysitting on the weekends. Basically, if it's money coming to you, it is your income.
Now, the second word is expense. An expense is, you guessed it, simply money you spend. It's the cash flowing right out of your pocket. But here's the trick. To truly track your expenses and build a useful budget, we can't just lump them all together in one big pile. We actually need to divide our expenses into 2 very specific categories.
Both 2 categories are fixed expenses and variable expenses. First, we have fixed expenses. I want you to think of these as your anchors. These are costs that stay exactly the same every single month. Stuff like your phone bill, a monthly bus pass, or your streaming subscriptions. They never surprise you. But then we have variable expenses. Now these are the tornadoes. They fluctuate based on your daily habits. Eating out with friends, buying new clothes, grabbing snacks and drinks after school. Guys, this is the danger zone. Variable expenses are usually where your money secretly disappears if you aren't paying close attention. Which brings us to what I call the magic formula of personal finance. It's income minus expenses equals money left over. It is really that simple. You take everything coming in, subtract everything going out, and what remains is your leftover cash. If this final number is positive at the end of the month, congratulations, your GPS is fully working and you are in fantastic shape.
All right, on to Section 3, needs, wants, and waiting. This is all about smart spending habits.
Every single day, you have to categorize your spending into needs versus wants. Now, a need is something you absolutely must have to survive and function. We're talking basic food, transportation to actually get to work or school, and your school supplies. A want, on the other hand, is an extra. Video games, those expensive shoes, or hitting the fast food drive-thru every single day. Now listen closely here. I am absolutely not saying you can't buy things you want. A smart, sustainable budget totally balances both needs and wants without breaking the bank. It's really all about making room for fun, but doing it responsibly.
And to help you strike that perfect balance, I want to share a massive mentor tip with you. It is the 24-hour rule. So before buying something, especially a random impulse buy, just wait 24 hours. Step away from the register, close the tab on your browser. During that time, ask yourself, do I really need this?
You see, small, unplanned purchases add up incredibly fast. If you still want it the next day and it actually fits into your budget, go for it. But honestly, you would be amazed at how often the urge just totally fades away.
Another absolutely crucial psychological trick is to pay yourself first. So what does that actually mean? Well, it means you secure your savings before you spend a single dime on your wants. The absolute moment your paycheck or allowance hits your account, immediately transfer 20% straight into your savings. Basically, you want to treat your savings like a fixed expense that you owe to your future self.
Let's jump into Section 4, Taylor's budgeting scenario. Time to look at a real-life budget in action. Let's move to and see how this builds into real life. I want you to meet Taylor, a student just like you. Let's look at Taylor's actual numbers. So, Taylor earns $700 a month from a part-time job, plus another $50 from babysitting. That brings the total income to $750. Now for the expenses. Taylor spends $45 on a phone bill, $100 on gas, $120 eating out, $90 on shopping, and $60 on entertainment. When we add all those up, both the fixed and the variable expenses, Taylor's total expenses equal $415. Okay, so let's run our magic formula here. Total income of $750 minus total expenses of $415 leaves Taylor with $335. This right here is the leftover money. By actually writing this down, Taylor can physically see that there's a solid $335 available to safely put toward big goals without going broke. And guys, that is the true power of a financial GPS.
Next up is Section 5, the Laptop Savings Challenge. Let's see how we save for a big goal.
All right, here is your challenge question for the day. Out of that $335 left over each month, Taylor decides to save $200 a month for a brand new $1,200 laptop. So, the crucial point is, how long will it take Taylor to actually buy the laptop? I'm going to give you just a couple of seconds to do the math in your head.
Okay, did you figure it out? Let's check your work on the timeline here. If you save $200 a month, by month 2, you have $400. By month 4, you're up to $800. And by month 6, boom, you hit the $1,200 target. Goal reached. It takes exactly 6 months. This brilliantly illustrates how consistent budgeting over time turns really big, intimidating goals into an absolute reality. It just takes a little patience and a solid plan.
Finally, Section 6, your personal budget plan. It's time to build your own budget.
So here is your personal homework template for the month. First step, list your income. You can use your real numbers or even just imagine an income if you're currently between jobs. Step 2, list at least 5 specific expenses you have every month, making sure to mix both fixed and variable ones. Step 3, set a clear savings goal, just like Taylor did with the laptop. And Step 4, calculate that leftover money using our magic formula. Now, to make sure you don't veer off course, I highly recommend using this weekly checklist. Track your savings progress every single week to keep yourself super motivated. Review your variable spending habits to catch those sneaky snack or clothing buys before they get out of hand. Categorize any new purchase as a need or a want. And always apply that 24-hour rule before you check out.
I want to leave you with this final provocative thought today. What massive financial goal are you going to save for? And what is just one everyday expense you can cut back on starting today to make it happen faster? Drop your savings goals in the comments below. I would absolutely love to read them. Remember, your budget is your GPS, and you are officially in the driver's seat now. Start navigating.